Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to continue with Diablo 2. In the last part we dealt with Rhodament and almost made it to level 17 so we can put on our new armor. We also hired a mercenary in Leharas who can help us out by getting up close and poking enemies, and
I can't carry anymore.
he'll also eventually turn on an aura that can help me out. One of these guys dropped a helmet.
That to good use.
I'll just slap that on his head. And since we found ourselves a long staff, I'll go back and identify it and probably end up selling it. Yeah, check this out. You can see items that are pretty pricey cost 10,000 when you sell them. If I hang on to them and wait till I get to Act 3, they'll actually sell for more. But I'll sell it now, just to get it out of my inventory, since I don't really have the inventory space to be carrying around all this stuff. So yeah, now that we've gotten that false start, where we took out the cold enchanted huntress right outside, let's head out into the desert and search the rocky waste for what we're looking for. Leharas will catch up on his own. Get another mana potion. Take out a sand leaper, and a wolf head dropped with werebear and summon spirit wolf on it. I leveled up. As soon as I kill all these little guys, I can put on my new armor. As soon as these guys get off me, there we go. Put on my stealth rune word armor. There we go. Now we got the look I'm going for. Alright, let's put our points in. Probably do some more vitality. Let's see. Don't need any prerequisite points, so I can always just put another point into Fireball. Back to killing in the desert. Yeah, the sand leapers are more annoying if you're fighting them as like a melee fighter, since they hop all around. Oop, something's attacking Leharas. It's a slinger, who I immediately kill. Yep, looks like he's turned on his aura. If I'm right, that's the, what's that called? I'm trying to remember what aura that is. It's the one that raises her defense rating, if I'm right, yeah. I think it's Defiance. Is the path to the dry hills? Perfect. This is where we need to go to get the Horadric Cube. I can look around here for the Dry Hills waypoint, as well as try to find the Halls of the Dead, which is where we're going to find the first of the 3 items we need. And there's plenty of wells laying around. Nice thing about activating a well is that drinking from a well will not just heal me and restore stamina and mana, but it'll also heal Leharas. One of the urns caught fire. There we go. Grab the belt. Probably make my way back to town and see what I picked up. Looks like this belt provides me with a bit more fire resistance than the one I've currently got on, so I'll switch to that. Alright, back in the desert, we're going to keep looking for the Dry Hills waypoint, as well as the Halls of the Dead, which is our first major stop. cat. Ooh, this one dropped a magic belt too, only this one's a bigger, better belt. There's also a helmet here. It's got 2 sockets. I'm actually going to give this helmet to Leharas over the one I gave him previously. Doesn't have as much defense, but I might want to hang on to that helmet for later. More mana. There's another stud of leather. Only 1 socket. The Sandleaper enemy types kind of remind me of the scavenger enemies from the first Diablo, although they're faster and they hop around, obviously. A couple more of them showing up over here. I can identify the belt. 1 to strength. Well, that's not too helpful to me. Grab an experience shrine. Let Leharas clear the way a bit. One of them dropped the 2-handed sword. And that sound was the sound of the amplified damage curse, that doo. It was activated by Leharas with the weapon I gave him. Waiting for some heavy-duty armor, like a chainmail or something, to drop so I can give it to him to wear. I guess I could give him this for now.
I'll put that to good use.
Yeah, you can have that as your temporary armor until we find you something better. There's a spiked shield. I don't suppose... Yeah, it's only got 3 sockets. It's only got 1 socket as opposed to the 3 I bought from Farah. There's a crystal sword here. Probably shouldn't have taken that armor shrine. The armor doesn't help me that much. Plus, I had the experience shrine. Alright, if I had to guess, I'm going to say this path this way is where both the Halls of the Dead and the waypoint will be. Let's burn up some enemies as we travel. Plenty of gem chips are dropping, but no runes. Let's try up here. Chest with a crystal sword inside. Wonder how many sockets it's got. I'll find out. Probably not important. 3 sockets. Not too bad. If I were playing a character that actually uses a sword, that'd be pretty good. We got plenty of mana. Some more right here. Alright, what's up here? Crude crystal sword and a crude ring mail. We'll eventually catch you. There we go. A small charm. Corpse. Another gem chip. Again, where are all the runes? These slingers throw potions at you.
I am overburdened.
Already out of room again. There we go. Right outside where I left is the Halls of the Dead entrance. Now I just have to locate the waypoint, which is probably up here somewhere. I'll go check. Yep, sure enough. I just missed the waypoint right as I was traveling around this way. Well, normally I wouldn't have to go back to town, but on the way there I kicked over an urn and found a scale mail inside.
Good to see you.
I'm sure this would be better for Leharas. Enhanced defense and attacker takes damage of 1.
That's good use.
There you go. Alright, now that we can done that, we can head into the Halls of the Dead, level 1. There we go. As soon as the game decides it wants to work. So Returned in here. Although we've been facing Returned as far back as when we were in Tristram. Of course, them being revived by greater mummies might make them more of a threat. But probably not, considering a single firebolt takes him down. Yeah, we have to take on more greater mummies like Rodamant was. They'll become a pretty common enemy in these later areas since they can revive undead. Got a couple desert wings. A couple of mummies. Leharas, you might not want to walk into the poison. There's the stairway down to level 2. That was easy to find. Let's see, bolts.
I need mana.
Yep. Yeah, flying scimitars are an unusual enemy. They usually only come out of traps. And then they're just a couple of flying scimitars that you can attack, and when you kill them, hilariously enough, the item they'll drop is almost always a scimitar. Alright, got an emerald chip out of there. Another light mana. Yeah, the tombs are also full of traps, so you'll hear the noise like I opened a trapped chest on occasion. But really, there's little indentations in the floor where spikes jut out and hit you. They don't hurt much, so as long as you don't just stand in them, you should be fine. Well, there's the stairway down to the 3rd floor. That's where the Horadric Cube will be. But would you believe there's a waypoint on level 2 of the Halls of the Dead? And then I'm going to want to find it. There's also a rare mace in one of these urns. I saw another experience shrine, but I'll leave it there and come back for it for when I go down to level 3. Take out that hollow one. Drink a healing potion. There's the waypoint. That was easier than I thought. Alright, finding the waypoint and the stairway to the 3rd floor so quickly is pretty good. Normally, it takes me forever to find my way through these tombs, to find the doors and the waypoints and the stairwells and such. This time I'm getting lucky and finding them fast, which is good, because I was kind of hoping I could grab one of the pieces of the Horadric Staff as well in this part. So if I get it done quickly, we'll have time to grab some more stuff and complete a couple of these objectives. Flawed diamond dropped. I'm gonna give Leharas the minor healing potion. That'll heal him, since he likes to walk into the mummy gas when you kill them. It's a cold enchanted greater mummy. Oh, we took him down. Yeah, early on when you ran into unique greater mummies, they would be flanked by an army of greater mummies just like them, and it was pretty crazy. They could also revive their minions, meaning that, you know, you could have a whole bunch of undead to deal with that keep coming back to life. course, if you're a cold sorceress or a necromancer, those aren't too problematic, since you can either destroy the bodies with cold, preventing them from being rezzed, or you can raise them as skeletons yourself as a necromancer, and that prevents them from coming back to life. I saw one of the saber cats. I'm assuming this is where the Horadric Cube will be hidden. Yeah, it's a spear cat. Anything in here? Nope. I'll know when I found the room with the Horadric Cube in it once I see Blood Witch the Wild and her group. They're more saber cats. Didn't mean to pick up this bow. Throw it back down. I got a mana recharge shrine, so I can just go crazy ham with my fireballs. Watch it. Yep, just release some gas. There's Blood Witch the Wild. I took out the mummy that was in there that was going to revive all the other undead. Got another chipped ruby. Got the spear cats. It looks like Blood Witch the Wild dropped a set ring. Yeah, when they drop an item that's green like this, that's how it's part of a set of items that can have varying effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the scepter. It's got 2 to Holy Fire. I'll come right back. Well, this ring doesn't do Cousina any favors. Cathan's Seal, which gives you a 6% life stolen per hit and damage reduced by 2. That's not that helpful to me. I'm actually tempted to just sell it. So I will. But now for the real prize that's down here. Inside this chest we get the Horadric Cube and our quest log updates. And it says the same thing, but now we have the Horadric Cube. We can head back to town and talk to Kane about it.
You have quite a treasure there in that Horadric Cube. According to Horadric lore, the cube can restore a Horadric Staff. To do it, use the cube as you would a scroll. When the cube opens, place both pieces of the staff into it and use the cube's transmute power. You'll be pleased to know that the cube has other alchemical uses as well. 6 gems plus 1 sword transmute into a socketed longsword. You may also transmute 2 quivers of crossbow bolts into 1 quiver of arrows, while 2 quivers of arrows yield 1 quiver of bolts. I must leave it to you to discover other formulae.
Alright. So, one of the formulas you can perform with the Horadric Cube is if you take 3 emerald chips like this, put them all in the cube and hit transmute, it becomes a flawed emerald. And if I go into my inventory, you'll see I've got a lot of gem chips here that I'm going to use the transmute on as well. So, I'll come back to you once I've done all that. Here we go. Using the Horadric Cube, you can see my inventory is a lot more clear now that I've turned all the gems into upgraded gems. I've got a couple of normal diamonds, some flawed gems, a normal ruby. I'm going to place the Horadric Cube in the stash, since I don't really feel like lugging it around everywhere. There actually used to be a formula to make rejuvenation potions, where you'd combine healing potions and mana potions in the cube and transmute them. It was 3 healing and 3 mana of any quality, and you'd get a rejuvenation potion. But they changed that and took that one out of the game once they added the ability to just buy mana potions from the stores, since before you couldn't actually do that. I believe the entrance to the next area was actually up this way, to the far oasis, so I'll make my way there now. Here it is, right up this way. Drink a stamina potion so I could run from the waypoint all the way to the entrance to the far oasis. And the far oasis is where we'll find another piece of the staff we need. Here's one of the more bizarre enemies in the game. You're thinking, that was a swarm of insects. How is that a bizarre enemy? Well, I'm playing as a Sorceress. Check out Beetle Burst. He's a lightning scarab. They explode into charged bolts when you kill them. And dropped a magic full helmet. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The the swarms of insects, I can kill them by hurling fireballs at them, which sounds like that would make sense to do. But think about it this way. How would you kill a swarm of insects with a sword or a bow and arrow? Doesn't make any sense. Even more hilarious is when they drop loot. It's like, where was it keeping that chainmail armor? It'll drop like an axe or a chainmail armor, and you'll just be like, well, how is it carrying that? I might wear this helmet. Oh, it requires 41 strength. I got an idea.
I'll put that to good use.
I'll give that to Leharas here. Anyway, this helmet I gave him gives him a 10% chance where when he gets hit, he'll attack with charged bolts. Have my own lightning enchanted mercenary. There we go. Might want to go back and stash the helmet I was keeping on him. Again, a two-socketed helmet could come in handy for me. Because I know of a rune word that I could make with a helmet with 2 sockets, but the runes for that one are pretty heavy-duty. One of them in particular, I don't even know if I'll be able to get during this entire run, even if runes would drop from enemies, which they haven't so far. Because I don't think even the Countess would drop the runes I need if I went back and killed her. Grab the gold. One thing I like about some ARPGs, like a convenience thing, is that your character would automatically pick up gold just by walking over it.
Thanks.
I can identify this ring. 1 to energy. Well, that's getting sold back in town. See, like right here, how is Leharas killing a swarm of bugs with a spear? How's that work? Also, they dropped a healing potion. Where were they keeping a healing potion in that swarm of bugs? Here's some more. Give them some fire. One of them dropped me a mana potion. And by one of them, I mean one swarm. Got to level 18. So I'm going to put these points into energy. And now I can get more prerequisite points. I can also go back to town to get the orb I had in chuck there. I'm going to grab Chain Lightning as my first. The reason I'm grabbing Chain Lightning instead of Teleport is because I have the orb back in town that will give me a +1 to Teleport. My next level up, I can put the point into Teleport and get it properly. But I still have to find the waypoint back to town. And I still have to find the entrance to the maggot lair, which we're going to. Hara's gained a level. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Just blow up a big swarm of insects. Here's the waypoint. That's what we're looking for. See what I'm going to do. So I'm going to head over here to my stash, put the 2-socketed helmet in, and then equip my new Sacred Globe, which gives me 3 to blaze and 1 to static field. And 1 to teleport. show off how it works. One drawback to putting it to F8 is it's right next to the hotkey for turning on and off OBS Studio's recording. Yeah, now that we have the waypoint for here, I'm gonna try to find the maggot lair, and we'll go and get the first piece of the Horadric Staff. Here we go. More chainmail. There's the entrance. Let's head on in. And this area is a bit more like a maze. It's got very cramped corridors. Oops, that's why. Like, what's going on? I accidentally hit W and switched to my staff. I want to hurl fireballs down the pathway here, because that'll blow up all the bugs. I can show off how Blaze works, if I haven't already. I found level 2. I'm getting real lucky with these area finds, because I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get to the Staff of Kings. Yeah, if I run back here, you'll see I leave a big trail of fire where I run. That's the effect of Blaze. Run in and fireball a few more enemies. Yep, more of them. Grand Charm of Strength. Again, just holding these charms gives you their bonuses, but they're not that useful, at least not to me, compared to having the inventory space. The ones I really hang on to as a sorceress are the ones that increase my resistances. But so far, none of those have dropped. Yep. There we go. Fireballs making quick work of these enemies. Rock worms in here. Now these enemies spit poison at you and lay eggs that spawn into small maggots that just exist to swarm you. Like enemies you revive, you don't get any bonus XP or anything for killing them. So it's better to just destroy the eggs before they hatch. Grab a few items down from here. I'll use the healing potion on me and one on Leharas. I gotta find the 3rd floor of the maggot lair. That goo pile released a bunch of poison, but I was nowhere near it, so I didn't get poisoned. A clasped orb, which is ethereal, but has 2 to ice bolt, so it might still be worth something. Yeah, these itchies, insect swarms drain stamina when they hit you. But I've got stamina potion, so I'm not too worried about it. Out of my way. I can use teleport to go up this way.
Not enough mana.
here and see if... Yeah, okay, I was right. The proper way to go was over here. Where'd Leharas go? There he is. I'm gonna get these guys while I fumble around in my inventory for a mana potion. Dodging a poison cloud. And Leharas will walk into it and sniff it like it's some sort of narcotic. Alright. Next I gotta find the area where Coldworm the Burrower is, which is a giant, one of those worms. And in that room will be where we find the Staff of Kings,
can't carry anymore.
Which is the first of the Horadric Cube, the Horadric Staff things. I can grab this. There we go. Let's identify it. Extra gold from monsters. Alright. If I'm right, Coldworm the Burrower is usually in the topmost parts of the maze we're in. Out of the way. Here he is. Blast away with our fire in there. Oh look, Coldworm the Burrower dropped an L rune. How rare of the game to drop me the lowest tier of rune. Alright, I made it back in time to heal Leharas since I didn't have an antidote potion to give him. And for some reason Coldworm the Burrower never drops one. But now we have the Staff of Kings. Our quest log updates again, saying we have the same thing as before, but now we have this staff. It's not a very impressive one, but we don't need it to wield, we just need it for our task.
Hello, the Staff of Kings. You astound me, my friend. You have discovered the shaft portion of a Horadric Staff. I trust you know how to use a Horadric Cube to unite the shaft with its headpiece.
Yep, you already told me how to do that. The Staff of Kings is one bad mother... Shut your mouth! I was just talking about the shaft to the Horadric Staff. Okay, yeah, I actually managed to get the Horadric Cube and the Staff of Kings in record time. Usually that takes me a lot longer to do, but since I'm doing a recording of Diablo 2, I thought, well, I want to get these things quick, so no screwing around. Let's hurry up and find them. And now I have teleport with the rod, or the glyph whorl, as it's called. My rare sacred globe, and in my next level up, I'll get teleport properly. In the next part, we're going to head into the Lost City and find our way to the Claw Viper Temple. So, once we do that, we'll have the final piece we need to make the Horadric Staff, and then we'll be able to... Then it'll just be a matter of finding Tal Rasha's chamber. So, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.